Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Glad to see you here. Today we're going to work inside because it is like 10 freaking degrees outside with a -2 wind chill, and I'm going to stay inside. So anyway, we're going to take this 2 plus 2 out of the package. I know. Oh no, we're going to remove it out of the package. Yep, we're going to remove it out of the package. Just like that. There it is. Okay. All right. Now, what we're going to do with this is we are going to change it up. I want to make an industrial one here. And I'm also going to make a purple one. The purple one will be a 7488. This one will be just a straight either 30 some 88 or 60 some 88. I got 63, 65, 67, and then 33, 35, and 37 88s. But the other one, the last one, they didn't make a 7488. Earl didn't mass produce one anyway. And the difference is the nose cone on them it's flat. It doesn't have the protrusion. It doesn't have that top part there. It's just straight flat. So I got to grind that off and level it out. But that's on the other one. This one I'm going to make the industrial. So first thing we got to do, and they're both tearing apart, both same thing. Painting's exactly the same thing. Like I said, this is going to be industrial. The other one's going to be a purple or grape. And yeah, that's what we're doing. So the first thing we do is got to get these wheels off. So best thing I found to do is get you a tool. And oh my God, you guys went bye-bye. Oh, you okay? You okay? I hope so. Golly, no, you're still a little wobbly there, huh? Had a little too much last night? That's the problem? I don't know. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in here like that. And it gives us something to push against. Because what this is just a rivet that holds that in there. And as you push on this side, it sticks up a little bit and lets us get on there. Because I want to save the axle. I do not want to ruin the axle if I can help it. And all we ought to do is take this and get that squished down to where we can pull the wheel off. So let's get busy. Gotta find my tools. All right. I just put that over on top of that. Let's call it. Then we take a pair of needle nose and then squeeze that till we get it squished together, and we can pull it off. And just like that. Now, you're not going to be able to get through there, so the best thing to do with that is take and Dremel, loud noises. Just like that. There, like that. We're going to paint these. They're going to be black. That's what I want them for, is black. Because they're going to have black accents. There. get this one. I do have a heavier pair of needle nose that I usually use, but they're out in the car. I took them outside because I had a little project I needed to do outside. And of course, never made it back in. That's how it works. Yeah, that stuff is tough. You just got to kind of keep working it. And another thing that happens, it rolls on you. There, I think it'll work. There we go. Grind it again. Loud noises, people. Up in there. Didn't take much. And we're not going to peanut back over. What we're going to do is we're going to drop a glob of yeah, what I want to say, super glue. There we go. Super glue on it, and yeah, that'll take care of that. Okay, now here's our handy dandy improvised tool. Now we have to take and get these decals off, and these are stickers. These ain't pad printed; these are stickers. So you just gotta sit there and tear them off like so. Then we use Goo Gone, the old Goo Gone. Get the rest of it off. Tail lights. SMV. More tail lights. Riveting, isn't it, folks? I said, I peel decals off a tractor. Got the front ones. All right. Now we get the Goo Gone out. A couple Q-tips. Goo Gone. And I don't know whether you've seen this Goo Gone stuff or not, or anybody, but pretty simple. Just kind of glob it on there. Let it sit for a little bit. Okay, I got to confess. I had previously done the video on the grape or purple colored 2+2, and I got to the point where I had it painted and sitting and drying, and I wanted to keep going with this series. And well, I started that 720 project, and I'd taken clear my camera out after each one, which maybe I shouldn't do that anymore, but that's the way it is. That way, I don't have a whole lot of crap on it. It's easier to download quicker and stuff like that. At least I think it is. Anyway, I had it edited up to the point where to put it together. I was waiting on it to dry. Then I would add the segment of putting it together. And dummy me, I downloaded the 720 footage onto the same file that the 2+2 footage was on. And I didn't think about it. And when I hit save, it rewrote the file with the 720 footage, not 2+2 footage. And there you go. That's how I screwed up. So that's what we got. That's why I am so dumb sometimes. Or, when you get to my age, you're allowed to be dumb every now and then. But neither here nor there. That's what I've done. Screwed it up. And that's why, and I only got one 7488 decal. So consequently, I'm only doing the one right now. And yeah. I use my finger to rub that stuff in. Kind of breaks it up and gets the goo going up into it. Now, I have found Goo Gone works good. Works real good. I mean, it takes that right off. Now, the only problem I've had is if they're old decals, I mean, on an old toy, it tends to leave all the stickiness on there. And then if you find an old toy that's the decal is gone, but the stickiness is still on there, and it's been on there for the last 50 freaking years, and then you really got to work at it. But other than that, if they're fresh decals, it goes pretty good. Or, now I'm talking a toy that's made back in the 70s, 80s, even the 90s. I mean, 90s, we're talking 30 years ago. Come on, guys. Yeah, I know. I got into this stuff back in the 80s. And plowing away ever since. Okay, so much for the Goo Gone. Now, what we do is find us a little sandpaper. This 1000 grit here. All we have to do is scuff it up a little bit. Kind of like take the shine off of it. And I have another little thing I do too. Then I take acetone and I go over the whole thing, and that takes any of the pad printing off that was on there. Like it had vents on the top. It also roughs up the, it takes a, yeah. You know what I mean. You know what I mean, burn? Yeah. And then, okay, now that's done. All wiped up and stuff. Now, next thing is, I don't want to tear it apart because, yeah, this is snapped in there, and I tried that once, and it's not. I end up breaking this stuff up, and yeah, it's not fun. Anyway, but I don't want the interior yellow or industrial yellow, so I got to do something with that. And instead of just masking this off and fighting with little teeny tiny, yeah, I ain't doing that. So this is what I come up with. Stuffed cab full of paper towels. Just shove them in there. Both front and back. And they'll take the shape. You'd be surprised. I know it looks like it's haphazard, but it really works. I mean, it stopped. I'd say 98% of the paint going in there, really. Really does. I know, you don't believe me. That's okay. But I am not a what you call professional rebuilder or builder or fabricator or whatever. I do this as cheaply as I can because let's face it, everything's so darn expensive anymore. And toys is one of the things that's, yeah, really crazy. Some of the prices they're getting on some of this stuff. Okay, now you get the worst of it. Then you find something you can poke with. And you kind of fold that stuff in. And you take it in a real fine brush, and you can paint the posts black if you want, which isn't that hard to do. But if you got a fine brush, it's pretty easy. All you gotta do is make sure you got it off of any red area. There. And that'll keep paint off of it. Because I paint with an airbrush. I don't know whether you know that or not, but I do. I paint with an airbrush. It's not as messy. So now our next thing to do is to wipe this down with alcohol. I know it's kind of, you done this, done that, but got any oils in your hands or anything like that, it tends to take care of that. And remember, I had sanded it too. So, gets any of the dust and stuff. I know I took the acetone to it, but there. That's done. All right, now, last thing to do These 2+2s, the exhaust is made out of rubber. And I don't know what kind of rubber it is. But when it gets enamel paint on it, it stays sticky for the next 58,000 years. Okay, where's my skizzers at? Hello, skizzers. Go. Well, okay. All right, nobody leave. I'll be darned. Well, they're around here somewhere, people. Well, there they are right in front of my face. Good Lord. And a snake had bit me. Eh. There we go. Okay. There's that. Yep, that's ready for paint. All right, so I'll get you set up over at the paint booth and we'll give it a shot. Okay. All right, we're set up. Cool. Okay. Get this thing started. Get my handy dandy apron on so I don't paint myself. I hate to paint myself. I'm messy when I paint. All right, now then. Tractor. First of all, I got to get some paint. And I kind of just wing it when I do this. Blow me enough, or yeah, spray me enough into the paint can that I can take it out of that and put it into the gun. So that's what I'm doing. Like I say, this is Old Industrial yellow. Kind of an orangey yellow. It'll work good. You know, it does say deer on it. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. All right, let's see what that gives. Oh, that gives us plenty of paint. Okay, set that off to the side. This here. Start up the airbrush. Make sure everything's working like it should. Okay. What do I do with my tractor? There it is. Okay. A little bit in there. Away we go. Just light coats. All we're doing. And let that sit for a minute. No more painting are done. It tends to eat some paint. If you don't want to use as much yellow paint, you want to probably primer it first, but I don't care really. Just one more step you have to do. And this works just fine. Alright, now we let that sit for a little bit more. Alrighty, onward. Yeah, I got enough to do the black areas another time. Let that set and kind of flash just a little bit. Like that, get some dribble out of it. I'll tell you, when you're airbrushing, a drop of paint goes a long way. It really does. It's turned out pretty good so far. You can't see a hole. But, yeah, it is looking pretty good. He's yeller anyway, let's put it that way. Yeller. No. Okay. That looks pretty good. About as good as it's going to get. So, yeah. I will hang it up and yeah, let it dry. Okay. Now I got to clean up my airbrush. So, yeehaw. I won't bore you with that. I'll bring you back when I put together the purple 2+2. That way I can show you putting it back together, putting the toy back together, and yeah. I haven't got the decals yet, but they're coming. Okay. Okay. Welcome back. Yep, we back. All right. I hope you can see what we're doing. Hang on. I got that. Right through that once. That's better. At least you see what we're doing anyway. Come on. Ah, okay. All right, we're back. Now, this one gets the chrome wheels. So I painted these up earlier. And I'll paint the ones for the what's called, show you how to paint. I'm sure you can paint, guys. You're not dumb. I am, but you guys aren't. So anyway, couple axles here. There they are. These two go here. Okay. Now, like I said, we just got an axle, and yeah. So, and again, you got to match up your duals. So you got an inside that got to go the right way. And they're like that. Now, granted, you can see some on the inside, but it's gray. It's not going to, it's not going to be that big a deal. Right way. And one more. Outside. Yep, right way. Okay, now that just goes flush right there. And what I'll do is I'll put the other set on, and then I'll glue them. Okay. And yep, right tire. Goes in there like that. That goes on there like that. Goes on there like that. Yeah, put that back. See? I just turn them over. We'll get our handy dandy glue and a little bit of this kicker. Now, when I glue that and put a little bit of kicker, it'll kind of mess up that chrome paint, but that's okay. Once that gets all good and dry, I can just hit it again with the chrome paint. You'll never notice there. So what we do is get underneath, make sure it's pushed all the way up. And okay. Oh, well, that's not even open yet. There we go. Try this one. Yeah, that's got a little bit in it. You want to go hog wild, just want to, and I use the gel because you can make it kind of mound up, and just kind of fill in that center. Like that. I just set it over like that. Find something to prop it with. Well, that ain't quite near enough. It'll work. Yeah, take a little bit of this stuff, and doesn't take much, just a drop. all there is to it. And you let that sit and dry. I kind of blow on it and that stuff evaporates pretty quick. Doesn't take long. But super glue is your friend in the hobby business. Even a drop is almost too much. But it'll be fine. Let it sit and dry. Okay. And now we take this stuff, these, and oh crap. I about lost it. About went into oblivion. Oh, and I mean oblivion. Yeah. Let's put it this way. The maid hasn't been around for a long time. If you know what I mean. My workshop is not very big to begin with. And, yeah. Okay. Where was I? Oh, I know where I'm at. Yeah. All right. Cool. About done. So we'll set it off to the side here. And we'll paint these now then. Semi-gloss black. Now this this is yeah. Okay, sure. What I want to say. Good Lord. Water base. Wow. Oh, brain left the chat there for a little bit. Yep. I got both water base and enamel. I'm going to use water base on this one. And get a decent nice brush. Going a little bigger. Okay. And again, guys, I'm sure you've get down the bottom of the barrel. You guys have all painted stuff, I'm sure. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to paint. Me, I like to take my glasses off because I can't see shit. Period. And, yeah, this up close stuff. That's just it. Get it all over you. And I do have paint pens, but I don't particularly care for them. Now, this I might paint the backside black, just for shits and giggles. There we go. Because black's quite a bit different than the chrome. Chrome and gray, you can pass that off pretty easy, but not gray and black. Nope, don't work that way. I just go around the edge of that, so. And this flat black or semi-gloss doesn't look bad. Oop. Back. Like that. Riveting footage. Riveting footage. I don't even know where I'm in shot. I guess, yeah, but you can't see shit, can you? Yeah, that's the trouble with amateur photography. Can't see nothing. Can't see nothing. I get a buffoon cameraman. Doesn't know what he's doing. And again, like I said, riveting footage. I'm sorry. But this is what you have to go through, friends. This is how you do it. I mean, you know, it is what it is. It takes time to do all this. And there's no sense in, trying to hurry it along, because all you'll do is end up making a mistake, then getting mad at yourself, like I did last night with that footage. Oh, I was so mad. I just called myself everything but what I should have. But anyway, I'm trying to get this so you can see and hold my hand a goofy way. That is not. Yeah. So you can see what I'm doing, or at least get an idea. Like I said, all this takes time. You have to just sit and look at me shake like a dog crapping out a razor blade. I tell you. One more. Getting down the bottom of the barrel. My paint. I am. There we are. It didn't take that long, really. Just pain in the butt. Oh, I know one other thing I want to do. Just about dried up. Now the hitch, if you remember, on the hitch of these, I held them with what's called. All I do is I just paint the hitch black, and it looks pretty good. I just set it down here. There. Okay, now I can put that lid back. What did I do? Oh, there it is. God, I'm gonna stick that in there like that. right, gotta clean my brush up. I'll bring you back when I get. Okay, I got my brush cleaned out. I got black paint all over me. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to pull the stuffings out of the cab. Okay. Pull back that way then. Actually, that does a pretty decent job of protecting the cab. I don't know whether you can see that or not. Okay. Now, if I want to, I can paint the post black. Of course, this gets a black stripe around here. And I usually paint this up in here black anyway. Now, this in here, I kind of messed up. Like I said, the exhaust on these are made of some type of rubber. And what happens is if you don't protect that like I did the other one, I totally forgot about this one. Been a while since I've done one, and I forgot. Again, got in a hurry. And but it's sticky, you know, and no matter what I do with it, it's gonna be sticky. Okay. So what I'm going to do is once that gets good and dry on there, I'm going to paint them chrome again. And then I'm going to turn this thing upside down, take a Q-tip with some acetone on it, see if I can't get that cleared off. Worst it'll do is eat the rubber up. and then I'll just drill a 1/4 inch hole in there, or quarter inch. Yeah, put a 1/4 inch pipe in there. 1/8 inch hole, and cut a rivet off, set it in there, and glue it in. We're done. So we'll see what happens here. Okay. I'm going to put these off the side. They're dry. That's the nice thing about that acrylic, it dries quick. It really does. We're going to take and chrome up them. Gotta find my chrome pen. A little one. Oh, there it is. I use chrome paint markers. They work real well. Make real nice looking chrome, I think. Anyway, I mean, judge for yourself. You know, looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna get it paint flows and. There you have it. Cool. And like I say, all I got to do now is the decals. And I got decals coming. They're coming from Midwest Decals out of Iowa. Yeah, it's pretty good getting them out. There's no affiliation with them. I just buy their decals. she bought it off of Kate Bosson, and I'm pretty sure Kate got it off of Wickner when he went out, and Kate still handles 1/64 parts, or at least she did. Anyway, I haven't ordered anything from her for probably 5-6 months. But the only thing that Midwest doesn't do is on Wickner and Boston, Kate, is that when you bought in volume, they would give you a discount. I mean, even 10%. Hey, 10% is 10% when you're getting a couple $100 over the decals, and it doesn't take long. The set that goes onto this is $5. Just a little dinghy to go onto that's $5. And but you want to do this? That's the way you go. Oh, and I forgot, I was going to show you on this one. This is the one I done for the 744. I took that protrusion off there. I made it flat. And that's how the 744 is. She's flat on there. So there. Now, when decals come, we'll put them on, and that'll be the end of this one. No. Okay. Well, we're back. I got all the decals on, and I apologize. I had some technical difficulties, and I tell you, I am not a photographer at all. When you're taking photography, it helps to hit the shutter button, right? Yep. Okay. The only thing I got left to do with these is put the slow moving vehicle sign on, and I will do that as soon as I can locate there they are, my scissors. These are fun. These are small and they're fun, and then you gotta cut them out. Yeah. It's a tedious task, but now the bigger ones, they come die cut, but these little ones, they're not. But through this whole video, I've just kind of, the amount of time it takes to do this it's quite a bit, really. When you start thinking about it, and it just don't magically appear. So it takes time and a little patience. Oh, and a whole lot of shop towels and stuff like that to clean up with. Yeah. You invariably make a mess. But that's the way it is. That's how we roll. We make a mess. All right. Now, believe it or not, there's an actual up and a down of these things. And you got to visually look at it, because when you turn it one way, it's not quite a triangle. Okay, and you keep turning around. That one's not quite, because it's either this way or this way. And when you turn it like this, it's symmetrical. So anyway, and then you lose it. Oh, and then it flips around. Oh my goodness, come here, you. It didn't want to be put on. Now I got to find the top again. Ain't that? Oh, I think it's around. There we go. Dig it on. Rinse and repeat on the other one. Hit that just right. Okay. We're struggling, folks. It doesn't want to come apart. Sometimes you end up peeling away part of the paper. And you do that, you want to start another corner. There we go. There they are. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't screw you up too much. Yeah, they look a lot different what they did. And I mean, it just adds to the collection, that's all. Something different. All I got to do to this is paint the hitch black, and then it'll be done. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here. And till next time, later tater. Well, friends, as always, thanks for watching. Hope it wasn't too boring. If you have made it this far, I ask that you kindly subscribe, hit the like button, and share this video. It helps to grow the channel. Thanks again, and until next time, later tater.